Hey man, I've always looked up to Michael Jordan, and then as Allen Iverson. Just a mind barrier to the game, to be honest. That's true. It's really just a mind barrier game, to be honest. Either set yourself in front or set yourself behind, and always try to unlock the next ability. Having a specialty built, wow. Having a specially built team that just knows how to, wow.
No, you good, keep going.
Have a specially, oh my gosh. Yo, it's B2. Today we back with another video with my boy G.O.B. Shout out to socials.
Oh god. GOND781 Snapchat and SEOUL0_ Instagram.
Yeah. Alright, so today we doing a school project, so I'm about to do a 2-in-1 type thing. So we got this script we got, and
make sure you get a stutter counter in there. Yeah.
We're on like a 4th attempt doing this, bro. I keep messing up bad, but we're gonna get through this quick video, and yeah, let's get to it.
Alright, let's do it. Ready?
Yeah.
That game was crazy, bro. Insane how it came down to the wire like that.
Yeah, man, 65-64, especially for a buzzer beater, which is even crazy. You remember our old AAU team? We had a solid group of guys.
That team was amazing, man. I remember that exactly. Just the craft of basketball and the chemistry we had was unmatched, bro. That's why I love basketball. While we're on the subject, how'd you craft your playstyle? We all start somewhere. Where'd you start?
Hey, man, I've always looked up to Michael Jordan, and then as Allen Iverson.
Hey, this nigga can't fucking read! I can't read!
Yo, this is bad.
Yo, that's one of the things.
Alright, I'm gonna just see if we could just cut instead of restart everything.
Yeah, there's probably like
chop.
5 different clips of this shit.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. I'm gonna try and stop laughing and just let you do your thing, because I feel like the reason we keep fucking up is because I'm about to laugh.
So I'm just let you do your thing.
Alright.
This is getting bad.
You want to rehearse your line real quick before you start?
Nah, I'm just going straight raw.
Okay. Pause. That game was crazy, bro. Insane how it came down to the wire like that.
Yeah, man, 65-64, especially for a buzzer beater. It's even crazy. You remember our old AAU team? We had a solid group of guys.
That team was amazing, man. I remember that exactly. Just the craft of basketball and chemistry we had was unmatched, bro. That's why I love basketball. While we're on the subject, that wasn't a stutter, I just misworded it. Okay, run it back.
Yeah. This is outrageous.
That game was crazy, bro. Insane how I took.
Yo, this is crazy, bro. Oh my gosh.
I don't think we should post this at all, bro. Oh god. We're gonna get bullied, bro. Alright, well, hold on. Okay. That game was crazy, bro. Insane how it came down to the wire like that.
Yeah, man, 65-64, especially for a buzzer beater, which is even more crazy. You remember our old AAU team? We had a solid group of guys.
That team was amazing, man. I remember that exactly. Just the craft of basketball and chemistry we had was unmatched, bro. That's why I love basketball. While we're on the subject, how'd you craft your playstyle? We all start somewhere, right? How'd you start? Hey,
man, I've always looked up to Michael Jordan, and then as Allen Iverson came and Kyrie Irving came into the league, I've always wanted to be more of a flashy type person. So I like being able to move quick and always put that ball in the bucket. But now I want to be crafty and to get a lot of space instead of just going up with everybody. But what about you?
I've always taken pride in my defensive presence. I used to watch film on certain players in the game now when they were in college just to see how I would guard them. I definitely see myself as more of a Dejounte Murray or Lonzo Ball type player. I like making my teammates better.
Ooh, okay. I see. That's definitely a different... Defense is always good trait to have too. Defense is always a good trait to have too. Always have a way to stop the ball and get it back to your team. Smart move. A lot of people like playing offense and only worry about offense. It's a good thing to be able to play both sides and have a mind of a strong defensive hustler.
I never actually asked you, when did you start playing? We was on the team for a while, but I never really got the chance to have a conversation with you about hoop. Did anyone teach you how to play the game?
I first started playing in my childhood as a youngin. I remember playing basketball with my soccer ball while my older brother was using the real basketball. Tough times, but all in all, I'm here where I am today, and I'm happy where I'm at, and there's a lot of more room for improvement. And the same person who had me playing basketball with the soccer ball was a big teacher in my life for basketball. Taught me all the basics and essentials, which is the best to get started with anything realistically. What about you? Who taught you?
Funny story, my neighbor actually taught me how to hoop. I had moved to town when I was about 9 or 10 years old. In middle school, I was cool with all the high schoolers and other older kids around my street because I wasn't one of those typically annoying little kids. My neighbor Brent used to straight up violate me in ones every day after school until I finally beat him maybe after a whole summer. I lost my place. That's sick. Yeah. We can just cut that out.
So you violate me after school.
I beat him after a whole. Okay. I learned how to be crafty and have some sort of finesse around the rim by watching him and people like Kyrie play. I definitely picked up defense from my brother and my pops. My dad didn't like basketball much, but he knew I loved it, so he always used to tell me that if I wanted to be good, I had to make a difference in any other way besides scoring. Because anyone can score. It takes heart to want to go out there and get a rebound or lock up the other team's best player. I love that. Playing against Brent made me better because he was so much more talented than I was at the time. It made me get used to going up against people who were great scorers. Now I feel like I could clamp up anybody. So that's how I got started.
Wow, that's a good story. I love the confidence though. I feel like basketball essentially can bring a big story. Because you have to be on the court and you have to be able to play both sides, offense and defense, efficiently. Or else that's a spot that someone on the court has to fill in by other players who have a bigger shoes to fill in. And it just brings a lot more stress to the team. But I truly think basketball creates a lot of confidence and unlocks a true beast in a person. Because a lot of these other sports, you only do one thing, but in basketball, your confidence can either be your biggest advantage or your biggest setback. And only you can unlock more of the confidence by just playing more. And that's one of my biggest reasons on why I think the sport is just accidentally crafted amazingly. And it also brings a lot of people together in just a lot of fun and laughter.
You got that right for sure, bro. Once someone hits their stride on the court, it's like a whole nother feeling. Especially if you're around a team that was as well built as ours was. Each person on that team had a job and they did that job to perfection. Hell, I almost averaged a triple-double. You was averaging like 26, and we shot the ball like no one else ever could. We were nice, bro. You could tell you found your confidence after the first. Few games we ain't played too well. We all regrouped, made things clear. Next game you had like 32 and I had 15, 12, and 10. Basketball is a mental game.
That's true. It is really just a mind barrier to the game, to be honest. That's true. It's really just a mind barrier game, to be honest. Either set yourself in front or set yourself behind. And always try to unlock the next ability. Having a specially built team that just knows how to... Wow.
No, you good, keep going.
Have a specially... Yo. Having a specially built team that just knows how to not verbally but physically communicate with everyone is such an amazing feeling because you know where everyone is and what everybody's next move is. It's just an unexplainable feeling, knowing that you have all that chemistry built around such a small group. Potential is endless.
Basketball definitely helped shape me into who I am today. I'm a firm believer that your personality translates to your play style. You find confidence in yourself. You find confidence on the court.
Exactly. If you're a real-time hustler on the daily, you will be a natural hustler on the court. And it just really stabilizes your mindset for everything else off the court.
While we're on the subject, who do you think is the greatest of all time?
Man, I think the greatest player of all time, to be honest, is Michael Jordan. While all the new generation kids think it's LeBron because they grew up with him, and they haven't got a mental grasp on just how great Michael Jordan was. Making a movie and then winning a championship for Chicago. Yeah, LeBron is a great player overall, but getting everybody the ball and sharing the game of basketball is just... The game of basketball and getting everyone on the floor at the same time. But just how MJ did everything that he did, it's just crazy to think about it. I mean, like what LeBron has done. But just how MJ did everything that he did is just crazy to think about it. I mean, like what has LeBron done? Make a movie over in the summer?
He definitely got that, bro. Personally, I think the GOAT is Kobe Bryant simply because he could do everything MJ could do, except he did it so much better. He was a better shooter, better defender, better player all around. Sure, Kobe didn't make any movies like Space Jam, but he definitely put on for the game in the best way he could.
Yeah, Kobe. Wow.
Just the way you say wow.
Yeah, Kobe definitely was a smooth criminal with the ball. He always was smooth with getting to where he wanted and how he did it. It's just amazing how everyone's craft can be different but still accomplish the same goal. Putting the basketball in the same... Putting the basketball inside the rim and getting your team more points. Wow. Putting the basketball inside the rim and putting up... Oh.
You look like Floyd Mayweather.
Putting the basketball inside the rim and putting your team up by more points. But it's always amazing to see how people have their own ways in different ways, especially for scoring.
I watched a lot of them all growing up, but my favorite player personally is Tracy McGrady. Dude was like KD before KD. He was 6'8" shooting guard with literally everything in the bag. 3-ball, handles, mid-range, defense, he had it all. What about you? Who is your favorite player, either right now or all time?
I would easily have to say my most favorite player of all time for me is Kyrie Irving. As I grew up, I stopped liking LeBron and more Kyrie because he was more of the play style that I wanted to recreate. Instead of this insanely strong person with crazy scoring, strong dunks, and all the moves that he did, I can see myself recreating more moves like that Kyrie did. Being smaller and having to be quicker and faster off my feet and being crafty with the basketball and having just a pretty nice finish overall.
Who do you think had the most influence on the game and how it's played today? Kyrie and Allen Iverson sure influenced the dribble guy era and hoop, but in general, who do you think made the game what it is today?
I could confidently say that Stephen Curry had made a big change for this game that we all know of today. Just his ability to put the ball in the rim from such a far distance really inspired people to shoot more threes, which changed the defensive play style of basketball. Having to constantly guard the three and always try to get the open man the ball before... I was doing so good. Which changed the defensive play style of basketball. Having to constantly guard the three and always try to get the man that's open before the ball does. Which in turns give them... Oh my God! Which in turns give them a chance to shoot the three and put more points on the board. But veering away from other people, what has basketball done and also helped you with in life?
Who paved the way for me in terms of having something... hold on. That was one. Who paved the way for me in terms of having something to get my mind off of the troubles of everyday life? Like, for example, if I had a bad day at school, you already know where I was going. Straight to the gym. Basketball brings me peace to this day. What about you? What has hoop done for you in life?
Man, basketball has brought me such an immense amount of peace every day that I needed it. Man, basketball has brought me such an immense amount of peace every day when I need it. Like you said, having a bad day, just pick up the basketball and go to the gym and put some work in. It's just a different feeling when something that you use to relieve stress also brings It's just a different feeling when something that you use to relieve stress also brings positive... Oh my gosh. It's just a different feeling when something that you use to relieve stress also brings positive progression in life, instead of all these things that people use to bypass stress. It's just an unexplainable feeling. Talking about all of this makes me want to go play some basketball, man. You trying to go hoop?
You read my mind, bro. I'll go get my shoes and meet you at the gym later.
Word. Say less.
That was clean.
That was painful.
We can run it back. Like, it was good that we're miles ahead of everybody right now because we turned in our script already, bro. We're already good. So if you wanted to, we could literally run this back as many times as we want to get it perfect. So it sounds like we're not reading it off of paper even. So it's kind of hard because there are mad typos in that video. We turned that shit in with the quickness, but we're still in good shape. We could definitely take our time with this.
That shit was painful to me. I'm not
No,
gonna
bro, you know that makes sense, because I was stuttering like a motherfucker. That's not even like, bro. Like the sentences were like worded mad weird. Like, actually, it's cool. But the fact that we caught that shit on camera, bro.
Yo, that was.
Yeah, that was.
Even
don't
off
post
camera.
this, bro. I'm telling you, do not, bro. Because they're gonna bully you.
This
my
shit's
nigga.
going up. I don't
Yo,
care.
you're setting yourself up, my nigga.
Hey, bro.
I stuttered too. I'm not gonna hold you. I
It's
did.
for the content, bro. You gotta do it for the
Nah,
content.
you right. But, bruh,
It's about to go up.
you about to put that up?
Yes, sir.
Bro, that was crazy. Bro.
Alright, you guys. Off camera, we might do a second run through because I was chopped. I was immensely bad.
Yeah, bro, that sounded like a High School Musical ass.
Alright, y'all. That's another video. Hope you like, comment, share, subscribe. Have a good morning, good night, good afternoon. Every time you're watching. You got something to say?
Follow me on SoundCloud. Follow my brothers on SoundCloud. Sky in the Mud. Baby Neptune, my fault. And Soul _ and my man Straight, Mr. Quinn, man. Hit him up.
Sir. Alright, y'all. That's it for another video. And see you in the next one. Good day.
I check my phone, I see that they all on my tweets. I call my hoes and I tell them now we got a link. Leave me alone, if I die my chains made me sick. Half a kilo on my neck, carats on my ring. I don't want you, I don't need ya. It's some ice without a freezer.